God resides inside your body. Country resides outside your body. So when you follow the rules of the country, you have to follow it outside. And when you follow the rules of the God, you have to follow it inside. But now problem comes, you have taken the outside country's law inside, your country's constitution inside, and you have brought the God law outside. So how the life will run? You are totally somewhere making the cheating to the country and also to the God. Once we are not true to the constitution, how can we be true to the God? Today's question is, Master, please throw light on the sayings of Lao Tzu. He says, to the mind that is still, the whole universe surrenders. Also, there is a small question that, Master, today is Republic Day in India. So can you please throw light on this? What the Lao Tzu, dearest Lao Tzu, cherished Lao Tzu, wants to say to all those who are crazy, interested for that one who had written the constitution of all human beings on earth. Not only human beings, but also the constitution for all the trees, insects, birds and animals. What he wants to say, Lao Tzu is saying about the complete system what is created and how to sustain or maintain this system. The system of this whole universe is made by the God, we say the God, the Creator. It is maintained by the God. And He is the one to destroy. So, whatever the laws are made by the God to work on this planet, whatever that rules and regulations declared by the God, or you can say that whatever He had said is completely about the life on earth, especially the human beings. Rest all are just following because all are fixed at the point where they are. In other words, you can say all that life on earth other than the human beings are in prison. They are the prisoners. They are just cutting their whatever punishment they have got. As a tree, as an insect, or a bird or animal. They are just going with all that punishment they had been given for not following the rules and regulations of the God during their human life. Because it is the human being, man or a woman, for them the rules and regulations were made, which we say the constitution by the God for the human being on the earth. And if they are not abiding to the rules and regulations, all that laws of the nature and all whatever given in that constitution, they all are getting the punishments for not obeying, not abiding. So this, what God had made for this human being on the earth, likewise in the different countries, in the different cities, all that countries had made some rules and regulations to manage the country. Same are made by the cities. So all that rules and regulations made by the country and how the country will be running, all that laws, that is called the constitution of a country. Constitution of the God for the human being on earth, constitution of a country to maintain all that, whichever country is with the rules and regulation for human being, that is called the constitution of the country. Like I said, the constitution of India, which is celebrated today, which is being celebrated today, because the constitution on this day was made rules and regulation after freedom. We all have read in the books that country was freed from the Britishers in 1947 on 15th of August. So when the country was free, under British rules they were before 15th August, so till 14th night 1947, they were in the hands of the Britishers. But on 15th August 1947, Britishers went away and the country got liberated from the Britishers. They handed over the country to the people of India. And now what administration management was made by the Britishers before that freedom, before the independence, they had gone. So with the new constitution of the Britishers, now the constitution of India, they had made means to make rules and regulations how to maintain and manage the country. What are the rules will be followed by the countrymen, all the laws. So this is all what is made by the country, all representatives came into force As we know that Dr. Ambedkar was given the task to make the rules and regulations for the country, he, with the discussions of all the polities, came to the Constitution of India and became the first man to get the Constitution in India, the rules and regulations, how the country will run. Same likewise, the God had made the rules and regulations for human being on earth, not only one country, but all the countries covers into that. So you can say one country had its one parliament or one president or prime minister, but to all the presidents and prime ministers also of the world, to all the countries, one who leads, one who had made the constitution is for the whole world. So that for the whole world, one who is writing the constitution is called, we say him the God. Like Ambedkar of India, we said that he had made the constitution of India. So God, the Supreme, made the constitution for all that came on this earth. So one has to understand that this outside world cannot run without the mind. Mind is to play. Mind is to play. How to play? This is the game of the mind. And there, no play can be made without the rules and regulations. So this mind had made the play, had made that all rules. So in that, if mind is stable, means if it is agreeing to all the rules and regulations, then you are declared as a good citizen of the country where rules you are following, and you are called as the good citizen of the God home if you are following the rules of the God. So in that way, to get the good or bad name, because if it is good, you are following. If you are not following the rules and regulations of the country or the God, you are not called as the good citizen of the country or a good one who had taken the birth here. So this is what we have to understand, that this life of us, whoever we are today, is just a character to be played as a son, as a brother, just the way to play the game and get out of this, your country. The constitution only works till the death. Thereafter, the drop goes into the sea like you will go back to a God home if you are a good citizen. But if you are not, means not abiding the rules of a country, you will be punished. Likewise, if you are not following the rules of the God home, you will be again somewhere punished for that. Your world rules means your constitution, you can read, understand, you have to follow it, because otherwise you will be physically tortured. And in the godly constitution, one is not following, then he is also been somewhere thrown in the jails, punishment cells of insects, birds, animals, and all those lives. So we have to understand the same complete game of this world, and the world from the God is running on the base of mind. Because if there is no mind, there is nothing like rules and regulations or the constitution. It is the mind who understands and who follows. So if you are abiding the rules and regulations, you will be in the peace, happy mode because you are not committing any crime. You are doing whatever is said to you. And if you are somewhere following the rules, you will be completely honored by the God. In the God home, honored by the society in the country. So one has to understand that the game of mind what we are playing, are we following the rules and regulations of the God, of the country? Are we a good citizen or a good God soldier, or we are not even a God soldier or not even a country soldier? So you have to look into. If you are neither a God home soldier nor a world royal soldier, where will you be? In the world, in the country, if you are doing wrong, you are getting into somewhere tasked by the law. In the God home, you are tasked by your demigod, what we say, the Yamaraj. So follow that rules created by the mind to be a good citizen of the country. Follow the rules, whatever given to you by no mind, given by the God, will make you a good citizen of the God home. So what is the difference between the following of godly soldier or the worldly soldier? So this is up to you, that how much love you make to your country, how much love you make to the God home. Because outside journey to the world, to your country, is by the mind outside. Inside, the God home journey is inside, by the mind inside. So that when mind is working for outside world, should not get inside to disturb you in your inner world. Inner world should remain quiet and calm. In the inner world, whatever you follow is not only by the mind but also by the heart. In the beginning, the mind is used, at last, mind blasts. At last, mind blasts and heart start working as a mind. But in the world, in the countries, your mind starts and at last, mind only remains. There is no question of heart in the country as a good citizen, because the more you follow, the more mind you use. But in the God, the more your mind destroys, you will become the more. You will become more and more the good citizen of the God home if your mind is blasting. And in the world, your mind, if getting more sharpened, you will be somewhere said as the good citizen of the country. So this is what the game is going on. If your mind becomes the heart, you are reaching to the God home because you had played your life as a God home soldier. So this is what we have to understand. Because life has to run under some rules. But when the rules are coming through the mind, it becomes the outside world, outside country. You can say the body which has taken birth and death. And when you get into the inner world, inside, you are going into the no mind state. Love, heart. Your heart had to follow the constitution of the God. Mind cannot follow. Mind cannot follow, cannot abide the rules and regulations of the God, because mind divides and heart unites. Outside in the world, your country, that's why you will find always the criticism in the outside world, in the countries all over. So your constitution outside in the world just divides you, because there is a play. In the play, two teams are required. So we have to divide if we want to play the game. You see, even people of your same country wants to play. We are dividing. Even Hyderabad, Mumbai will play. So where the division comes, it is the worldly, the country constitution. And where united come, division over, God constitution comes. From the God, countries are created. Not that from countries the God is created. God was there when there was no country in the world. God was there when there was no constitution in the world. Constitution comes and goes, country comes and goes, but God remains. All the countries are just like the brother and sisters, because all the countries are on the same earth, same under the sky, same under the same air. Then how one can divide them? So it is a division which you give makes you the worldly man, worldly woman. If you have the theory of divide, then you are not the godly man. If you think yourself, I am something great, I am superior, or even I am inferior. So this division is nothing but the materialistic Mayavi dead world. And you also are the materialistic and the dead man. You can be royal to your play, royal to your gentry, but not royal to the God. Royal to the God means you should be like one, united. Where two comes, outside countries comes. So your constitutions are just your constitutions are just to make the division. It is required. If division is not there, then how the country will going to play? That's why we had divided the God constitution also into 2, 4, 10. We had divided the constitution of the God. Hindu makes their own law. Muslim says their own law of the God. Christian says their own law of the God. Sikh says their own laws of the God. Even they all say the same, that God is one. They said that Allah is one. But still they had their own constitutions for the God also. In fact, the God is one. Then how he'll make the different constitutions? His constitution is one. His rules and regulations are just the one. But it is we who manipulate, because by birth, if I had gone through the division and nothing else, so I had divided the God also. I divided the rules also. In fact, the rules are one. We all are made from the one, same skins, blood, bones, same likewise marrying and dying. So, you have to just go deep into that where then I should abide by the rules of this play, the game, the country constitution, and where should I play the rules and abide the God constitution, the rules of the God. God resides inside your body. Country resides outside your body. So when you follow the rules of the country, you have to follow it outside. And when you follow the rules of the God, you have to follow it inside. But now problem comes, you have taken the outside country's law inside, your country's constitution inside, and we have brought the God law outside. So how the life will run? You are totally somewhere making the cheating to the country and also to the God. That's why you see whatever rules are made by the country constitution, almost people tries to steal, try to tell lie. You see any departments, whatever we are doing, we are just hiding the things. We are not true to the constitution of any country. Once we are not true to the constitution, how can we be true to the God? Because our blood had now taken the false statements. And also that's why we had divided the God also into many. So we are neither a good citizen, nor a good citizen of the God, neither a good citizen of the country, nor a good citizen of the God. Even we claim that we are the good citizens. But good citizenship means outside to play, outside law. If you take that you are something inside, say I am the officer, I am the prime minister, I am the president, you are. But outside you are president, inside no. This president name, this prime minister name, who is going to black, we say today on the Lal Killa, one who is a star, maybe saying something, maybe some officers on the march. Everything what is outside is just in the constitution of play. It is the God play. So that God play is for outside in the playground. So this earth is as a playground for you. Inside God constitution should work. And inside the God constitution says we are one. Playing outside, if Mumbai is playing with Hyderabad or Calcutta is playing with Delhi, does not mean that they are not Indian inside. If you are playing the game outside with the constitution, the rules and regulations of your country, it does not mean that you have to hate the other countries, you have to hate the other citizens, because inside we all are one. It is IPL going on between India, America, Japan, China, Pakistan. All those in the world are like an IPL team. We all are coming under the one, the God. So rules and regulations of the God constitution is that we should not fight each other. Outside, if we fight, is a game. In game, there is a fighting spirit required. I may be the soldier of my country. You are the soldier of your country. We have to play the game on the border. In that, like in the game, the children plays, soldiers dies, but no one dies Because we all are from the God, and God what made never dies. So we all are the same souls. So outside is the play. In the play, when you go, division is required. So border is a division. Everything is a division in the game. We play the cricket, we make the just division. That this is your team and this is my team. In any game, two are required. So we are two from outside, not two from inside. If you are two from inside, it means you are not the good citizen of the God home. Then God is going to punish you. Outside in the world, you may be punished by not abiding the rules. You are sentenced to jail by the magistrates. You are fined by the local authorities. But who is going to fine you inside what you are doing? If inside you are not one, you have a difference, my son, my family, your family, let your family die, my family should be good. Let your children not study, my children should be at the top. Let your husband be my husband should be good. Jealousy factors and all that what you have. It means you are not the God good soldier. You are not loyal to the God. Like some soldier of a country makes something wrong, give the information to the other country of the what he had inside for the game. So we say him the traitor. Likewise, you become the traitor of the God. God never makes you anything during the lifetime, but He will not leave you because you are committing the crimes. Inside, if you are two, your game is all wrong. God makes the game inside with one only. God is enjoying the game outside of the world. So we all are the God inside. Our constitution of God says we all are one. And we say it also, that God is one. You see the dogs on the road. In the winter, how they are living. See the donkeys. See the tree standing. See that all rocks. All that things outside are the jails for individual who got the punishment for making division in the God rules and regulations. He has broken all the rules and regulations of the God while in human body. Outside you get the punishment, immediately you cross the red signal, you are caught. You are not saluting to your senior, you are caught. You get all that punishment outside. But inside, you are not getting punishment because you are not caught. You think yourself very clever. God constitutions, you are totally overruling. So in that overruling of the rules, whatever of the God constitution, you are punished after you leave this outside constitution, outside the country. Because your country, you are not permanent in the countries, and all the countries in the world also are not permanent. Anytime God will just make everything dead. Not only you, all that cities, states, all countries. You see, there are the yugas changing. You don't have anything related to the all yuga, we say the Dwapar, Treta or Satyuga. You will not be anymore one day. Nothing will be there on this earth. It means God will take over the whole world. Like you are free on 1947, 15th August. And you will be again slave of the God one day. When you are becoming the slave of the God, then again God will create the new earth, new rules, regulation, new constitution. So, if before the death, before you depart from this body, if you abide the rules and regulations of the God inside, because outside you are a good citizen or not, does not matter. You are a good citizen is good. But if you are bad, you are getting that all punishments by the rules and regulations, whatever made. But inside the judge will come at last to just take account of your whatever you have done in your lifetime. Even the judges will be standing there. Judges are also standing there in front of that supreme judge. Because this is the game. Win and lose. We won the case, we lose the case. This is the outside world where division is there. But in the inside world, there is no division. So inside, if you are attached or detached, inside, if you are somewhere plus or minus, whatever, you are again putting the country inside. So let the outside constitution remain outside. Let the inside constitution remain inside. Don't break the God into Hindu God, Muslim God, Christian God, Sikh God, Buddha God, Jain God. God is one. Outside you are Hindu, Muslim, Jesus, Christians, whatever. But don't bring the God inside and divide it. If you think that something outside, superior or inferior, then God will not exempt you. And God punishments are not only jails. God punishments are deaths. You have to live in these jails. Don't think that tree is living a happy life. Tree is a jail. Inside the life is there in tree. When it gets yellow, it falls down, means tree is dying. Insect running, cockroach going to a gas hole. You see, when the ant comes in your feet, under your feet, see, life is there inside. She is dying. Tree is dying. Birds are dying. Animals are dying. So these all bodies are jails because they cannot enjoy in that bodies. They are already in the punishments. And when the jails are over, they get the chance again to come in the human body. Outside, abide your country rules. Inside, abide the God rules. So God constitutions, if you are not abiding, you will be hanged for 84 lakh times. Outside you are not abiding, only one hanging is over. Kalluram will come for one only, putting rope in the neck. You must never have heard that somebody is given death for 2 times. Nobody is hanged for twice. But God had such a death that 84 lakh times the Kallu will come and you will be weeping. You will be crying and there is no mercy appeal at all. There is no that you go in the session court, high court, supreme court, president. No. There is only one sitting, the supreme judge, to whom we say the Yamraj. He is just passing the order. No appeal. And appeal is nowhere means continuously you are under the punishment, one after the other. Automatically. Getting back from tree to the insects, to the birds, to the animals. You see, we have said that Buddha was liberated, enlightened 2500 years before. But Buddha, where he sit under the tree is not liberated. We see that Sai Baba liberated under that neem tree is still standing after hundreds of years. But Sai Baba gone. So this is what the life we have to understand. Outside, be a good citizen. by following the rules which you are doing. You are doing. You are not driving on the right. If you are asked to drive on the left, you are not crossing the red lights. You are abiding. But for the God constitution, you are not abiding. So the God may take accountability for all your crimes made during your lifetime. Then you will have no option. No option then to face the punishments. So, this is what we have to understand. Mind divides, heart unites. Mind is to play, heart is to be still. Heart is not dividing, means still. Mind divides means is somewhere varying from one to other, like a monkey. So you can say the mind is monkey. And heart, you say like a still water. Heart is stable. So, mind, you can say the country constitution, and heart, you can say the God constitution. So this is the theory. And to the mind, hardly a street people sometimes comes and surrenders. Not even whole street, whole city. So this is the game of the mind, which says I am officer, you are peon, which says I am prime minister, which says you are superior, I am inferior, which says I am the owner of this bungalow. But when body departs, when body goes off, means mind goes off. There is nothing like my home, my car, my children, my parents. Everything dies with the mind. You see, go to the mental hospitals, you will find so mental people are not able to recognize their own mind. Why you say the mental, completely mental? Because mind is no more now, but they are mental. And the God one is with the mind who is no mind. With the mind, he is no mind means even in the world, he says nothing belongs to me, this is only to play. I have the family to play the game. It is not that I am attached because this outside is the game going on. If I attach, then how will I play? I had played many times before. I will play afterwards also. So this is what you have to understand, that what the life is going ahead. What the life is going ahead. So outside the game, mind is the player. Mind is the divider. Mind is to enjoy. Heart is to unite. Heart is to go into the bliss. Because your enjoyments are temporary. Mind always give everything temporarily. Because you cannot remain in the playground for 24 hours. If you are fond of cricket, you cannot play the cricket 24 hours. You cannot make the game 24 hours. You cannot watch the game 24 hours. You cannot enjoy. You enjoy the game because it is shortened. For 6 or 8 hours match, you enjoy the cricket. If continuously cricket goes off for 24 hours, and then the result will come after 15 days. It is not that 5 days, 15 days match. Do you think that anybody will enjoy for 15 days? Why the match from 5 days? Earlier it was 5 days. Then it came to 1 day, 3 days, then 1 day. Now it had come to 2020. Why? Because you take the enjoyment in a very short time. It's because play is in the shortened time, shortened duration. And God is not in the shortened duration. God is everlasting. In the God, you go deep and deep and deep. Even one life, 100 years become so shortened that you can sit continuously on the one point in the one lock room for whole life with the God. But if you are outside man, with the outside world, with the country constitution, you cannot remain inside for even 24 hours in the lock home. You are completely in the mind. So mind always wants change. That's why you get bored if somebody is not there, you are alone. And in the godly world, when someone is alone, he enjoys more. His loneliness. So loneliness alone is the God nature, because he was alone. He was alone. One day he will be alone. This world is just to play the game. He is enjoying this game. But you are not enjoying. And one day he will finish the game. Again everything will be dissolved. He remains as one. And we say the God is one. We say that he is one. All the religions are saying he is one. So that one remains, all goes off. So that who is with the one enjoying alone in the point, if you are asked to sit alone in a house, you will be enjoying alone. Mind is becoming zero. Heart wants loneliness. Mind wants somebody. That's why we are always bored. Our mind says, let us call some friend. Let us go somewhere. Mind is always wandering like a monkey. Heart is never wandering. Heart wants silence, loneliness. And loneliness is God. That's why we had said that God resides in heart. Soul resides in heart. Why? Because God is 24 hours in the same state. Mind have many thoughts. Heart had no thoughts. Heart is continuously blowing sea, continuously giving the same sound. Mind sounds are never same. So when you understand the rules and regulations, the constitution of the God, you will see the mind game also becomes the heart game. Now the play outside is of no use. Going to the mall, going to the parties, going to the relations, going to the marriage, going to this, that play. You will never be thinking of going anywhere outside in the world. When you are completely out of that world, you will see what heart is making the one, mind also becomes the one, enjoying alone inside. So now mind becomes the heart. So that state of mind when becomes heart, you are God not only outside, you are God outside also. Now you are not bothered about the outside, whatever is going on. You are not at all connected to the outside world. For you, no importance to anyone. Because you'll come to know everything is dead for me. But I don't like game. I played enough of game. You see, one young man plays the game. Have you ever seen the 70-year-old person is going and playing the cricket? He said, no, I retired. So one who is retired from the games, he is not bothered about anybody of the outside world. Game is over, all are over. So he looks the whole world as the dead bodies. That only dead bodies are playing the role. Because one day he knows that everybody is going to die. So for him, because he is within, he is remaining inside. So what rules are applying to him? If you are not going outside on the roads, then why the rules for you as a signal or anything? Then if you are not thinking of making anything outside the business or anything, what for you to do something in your accounts or something? Nothing. Once you are not connected with the outside anybody, where the botheration comes or worries comes. So then only one constitution remains for the one who is godly, only the God constitution. So is God inside? Then the reflection of the God comes outside. Now how that God works, how God talks, how God sits becomes the regulation in the coming world tomorrow. So what they were doing becomes the constitution of the God. And they are called as a God. So this all Sikhism, Muslim, all Jainism, Buddhism, Hinduism, all are the, we say, following the rules and regulations of these godly people. How they were sitting, what they have taught, all that constitutions of the Sikh, you see Guru Granth Sahib, constitution of the Muslim, you see the Quran, constitution of Hindu, you see in the Gita, Guru Granth Sahib, Upanishad, constitution of Christians, see the Bible. So this is the one whose mind had become the heart. He is out of the play, he is retired and got back to the God home. So there no mind plays now. Now the one whose mind had become the heart, his life remains in the bliss, because outside division gone. Division is there means happiness and sorrowness will come. And where there is no division, only bliss comes. So he is away from the win or the lose game. Now he don't want to win over outside world, over anybody. Even the one who is in the God constitution will get defeat from a child of 10 years. 10 years child, if you go in the logic explaining, want to win over that one who is a godly person, will definitely get the defeat. He says, okay, you are the winner. So this is one who now don't want to win over anybody. So he is out of the game. Game means to win over something. But he is out of the game. He don't want to win the game now. He don't want that his children should follow him, obey him, his wife should obey, her husband should obey. They are not bothered about. Because he says, I am defeated. That is what the Guru Nanak said, I am just servant of your servants. All those in the world, I know, all those players who are playing the games with the outside constitution, the rule and regulations, all are your just servants. And he says, I am the servant of your servants. Means I will not argue with them. I will not argue. I will obey what they say to me. So that is what the state of heart in mind. Mind becomes the heart. And when mind becomes the heart, if not in that time when he is alive or she is alive, later on the whole world is going to worship them. Whole world is going to knee down in front of them. This is what is happening today. This is all what is happening today. You see all these people like Buddha, Mahavira, Sai Baba, today the kings are begging, prime minister, presidents are begging to them. Because their mind became heart. While in the life in human being, they were completely with the God. At one time, they forget to play outside with that whatever. You say, I am the father, I am the mother, I am the officer, I am the doctor, I am the businessman, I am the so-and-so. They just withdrawn from all these games. They just withdrawn. They just thought that we are just a loser for you. We are not going to try for winning over you. So this is what the game, rules made by the God, God's constitution inside. This is what the rules made by the country, outside constitution, which you say we are celebrating today, 26th January 1950. After freedom in 15th August 1947, there were the rules required to run the country. So after 2.5 years, they made the rules and regulations for the country, which is drafted in the form of constitution, how the country will go ahead, how the parliament, how the states will work. And there are the amendments going on. So this is what? The celebration of constitution. Because management, immediately you cannot celebrate. So likewise, in the God constitution, when you follow, when your mind becomes the heart, you become the God. Automatically the whole world will celebrate on your newborn, what you are. So all these godly people who are just following the God's constitutions and became mind into also heart, complete body became the heart. So that's why they could love the whole world. Heart means love. They could love the whole world. So they became the godly people. If God is one, love is one. So they became one. So that life was success. So now we'll come to the sayings of Lao Tzu. What Lao Tzu is speaking. All deep meanings in this. Now I hope you will understand. Lao Tzu says, to the mind that is still. To the mind that is still. Still means stable. Not monkey. Not jumping for the winning. Still. Still water. Not jumping like the waves. No game. To the mind that is still, the whole universe surrenders. Whole universe surrender means knee down. Get defeat in front of those people whose mind still means whose mind become hard, because heart is still. Still means one who don't want to be superior to others. Still means one who is not going to show himself something great. Still means who is one with the whole universe. Still means who is loving not only his family, but the whole world takes as the family. Still is one who is not considering himself on the Hindu or Muslim or Christian or Jain or both. Still is one who is not thinking that I am Indian, I am American, I am Japanese. He is outside in the body with his destiny, played the game with the rules and regulations of the country. But when he went inside with the godly game, where the stillness is there, stillness that the mind which was dividing that I am Indian, you are American, I am Hindu, you are Muslim or Sikh, that mind becomes the heart, because heart is same. Heart is same in all. It is the mind which divides. Now mind becomes the heart means now everything is one. So when one looks into the whole world as oneness, who loves all, what Jesus said, love one, love all, who loves all, taking everything in the world as all is one. So that one is still. Because if there is a difference, division will come. If there is still, there is no division. So mind, when stops dividing, becomes the heart. Because heart is not divider. Mind is a divider. So mind is dividing till you want to play the game. When you want to play the game, you will remain as a father, mother, officer, doctor, engineer, Indian, American, Japanese. But the moment you want to come out of the playground, because every time in the playground will get tired. That's why one who plays the game through the mind is always getting tired. He wants the rest, 8 hours, 10 hours, physically tired. But who is in the heart, when mind becomes the heart, they are never getting tired. Tiredness goes off from them. So this is what you have to understand. What Lao Tzu is saying, to the mind that is still. The mind that is still means have no division now. No division. He is out of the play now. He don't want to win over anybody. Even a child of 10 can make him defeat. He never goes in the logics. He will never want to think that go on discussion. No discussion at all. So that the one who is not discussing, unless the one who wants to know him, the truth of the heart, that who is desirous of knowing about the oneness, the heart, he is not going to discuss or answer all the questions. So one who is still by the mind, whose mind becomes the heart means, the one in front of one, the whole universe will surrender. Universe, not only earth, the sky, the space, the whole universe, the stars and the sun, everyone, complete Brahman will surrender to him. Because he is now to the extension of extreme, the saturation of his being. He had gone beyond all the souls to the supreme state of mind. So that the super energy, super consciousness. So that is the supreme. What we say, beyond all. The God in human being, supreme God. Only he plays the role in the body, The moment he departs from the body, goes back to the place from where he came. The one in body will be called as the king of the universe, because whole world surrenders to him. So this is what Lao Tzu says he experienced. Because all the true masters just say their experiences. They are not saying just the copying of others. True master means one who experiences. Who is in no mind will talk about no mind. If mind talks about no mind, he is just cheating you. One can surrender to him, although with the ignorance, but one day they will be thrown out by the guard. They are the cheaters. So they will be going to the seventh hell. Seventh hell. One who is coming to them may be getting liberated sometime, but one who is cheating on the name of God without getting still by mind, want to win outside, want the Maya, surrounded in Maya, but talking about that all oneness. He is not one. He is not hurt by mind. He hates. He is Hindu. He says, I am Indian. One who is still having the division in the mind is not hurt. He is a cheater, not the spiritual master. So one who is getting the learning from the one will also be cheated by the one. So you should be very, very cautious and attentive in searching the guide for the God, the master. You need a true master. So the one whose mind becomes the heart, who had no division with anyone, let the poor or the rich, let the on the big post or the small post, he is nowhere thinking I am Indian or American. He is nowhere that Hindu, Muslim, Christian or that. He is for all in the world, who loves all, not wants to win over anybody in the world. So that the one is the true master, because his mind is still. His mind is still. So if not today, people may crucify, may poison him, but the day will come, they are going to surrender. They are going to kneel down in front of one. So this is what Lao Tzu words, a great words by the greatest saint born on this earth. And when he is saying, all the godly people said the same. Because when mind become heart, all are called as the saint means the truth. Truth is God. So you have to be one day, in one birth, in 100 or 1,000 birth, mind which divides, say I and you, had to become one at the heart. Because heart is the one which had made the mind. It is not the mind which had made the heart. So when you come back to the heart, means you are going back to the Godhome. And that is the success of your life. So just the constitution of outside world, outside country, be a good citizen. Inside, be a good citizen of the God. And that day, your life will be bliss. And bliss in life makes your life success.